Welcome to the start of this week's reading vlog, and I'm throwing it back to having Putao in my lap because lately, whenever I film a clip, he meows anyways, so I might as well just put him where he wants to be, which is in front of the camera. I have lots of reading plans this week. I have a very ambitious pile of books, and I just finished, this is Jade War, so I'll put an image, but this was a cute cover I got for my birthday, because my birthday was yesterday and my coworker got me a cute book. They're not book sleeves, they're like book protectors, so you can take off the cover and put them on. They're real dope. But I finished Jade War and I finished the mystery book for Secret Santa. But the Secret Santa mystery book, well, I can talk to you guys about that because this video goes up after that. I was reading Misery by Stephen King. Whew. I don't read a lot of Stephen King. Stephen King's a lot, isn't he, Putao? I think it's gonna be a 3-star read for me. I haven't committed to anything, but that's what it feels like. If like a mid to high 3-star, it wasn't bad, but it definitely not my comfort zone. Definitely not a book for me. It's very meta about writing. The main character, who I'm supposed to become sympathetic for, is like so obnoxious, and like his inner monologue. Like I get it. Like I'm not saying the art isn't there for why he is the way he is and why certain things are phrased the way they are, but like it took me a long time to feel tense while reading this thriller, because like I didn't really care about him. I'm like, it's your damn fault you're in this situation, so like figure it out. But yeah, Ryan, I think, will have different thoughts. He's finishing it today or tomorrow, and then we are filming that video that you guys have presumably already watched. If not, it'll be up there. And then Jade War, which I talked about in previous vlogs, so that'll be in the description and the cards like they always are. And last week's vlog, I was talking about how I was having issues with, I don't know, being surprised by the pacing that existed based off the hype and everything I had heard. Not saying people missold me on the pacing, it was just more like everyone's like, oh, if you love Jade City, wait for Jade War. So I guess my expectations were skewed by that, but I still really liked it. This series has the potential to be a 5-star series for me, even though I would say that it's currently like low 5-star, high 4-star books so far, but like the sum of the whole, I see the potential for it to be a 5-star series. For those who don't know, it's the Greenbone Saga, so this is like a very character-focused political fantasy, urban fantasy series taking place kind of in, I would say, pre-cell phone technological era. Like there's cars and computers and things like that, but there aren't really cell phones. At least I think there are computers. I'm not really sure about the internet in this, so let's say 80s, 90s sort of area. And you have this one clan, this one mafia clan that we spend the most time with, and it's about the political tension between that clan and the other clan on this in this place called Kikan and Janlu, as I think the city we're in. I got that question wrong at trivia. But this expands it, and it's really cool how it's expanded. We expand the conversation about Jade, about international relationships versus like domestic issues. Like there's a lot, and the characters are so great. Everything always feels really earned, and the oh shit moments are bananas. So I really did like it, but I guess I just want to be the one to say that Jade War is as good as Jade City, and it has crazy things happening, and if you love those characters, you're more invested in what's happening to those characters and potentially more hurt depending on what happens to them. But like it's not like this fast-paced roller coaster, at least it was not for me. And I also was noticing when I was thinking about it, Jade City takes place, I think, over a year. And Jade War takes place over many years, which I also think lent to it being a slower paced book, which I liked. I'm going to love these on reread, but it's just like I was unprepared, and I think I was just disoriented and really thrown by like that. But it was really good. I'm probably gonna compile my thoughts for some sort of like Greenbone Saga video. Hi, cat. And if that exists, I will link that down below or in the cards for you guys. I'm gonna go though, because my reading plans for the week are insane. All right, there's so much here, and this doesn't even include A Memory Called Empire, because I'm still reading A Memory Called Empire. Haven't read more since I last talked to you. I'm going to buddy read Revenant Gun this week. I want to reread Emperor's Soul, and I also want to reread Bear and the Nightingale, and I've been picking away at this short story collection, which I have a dedicated vlog for, which is why I don't really talk about them here, but I've been loving it since I haven't updated you guys on it in a while. It's really great. I'm just taking it slow. So I gotta get going, and hopefully I'll talk about these things soon. Well, it's been a few days. I actually don't know how many days, but I have read a good chunk of two of the books that I talked about. Let's start with Bear and the Nightingale. This is a reread for me. I'm about that far. Oh, I really love it. There's like this whole theming of like old nature pagan religion versus more like institutionalized religion, in this case Christianity, because this is like a historical fiction fantasy, and I really like it because like I think the moral or the theme that the author has is having both is fine. Why have just one? Like, it shouldn't be just one or the other. There's no right answer per se, although there are like creatures and beings tied to the old magic system, or the old religion is kind of tied to old magic. But I really like that. It's kind of scary watching the fear-mongering that happens in this book, because it's very like, I mean, relevant throughout all courses of history, but especially now. And I love watching Vasila grow up. We see her when she's 16 and she grows up, and it's just really great. Obviously really great cold winter vibes. I'm really liking the reread. The theming is still just as good for me, and yeah, so it's going well. And I've also read about, I don't know, is that about half? Close to half of Revenant Gun. So I love this book. I got all these warm fuzzy feelings like right at chapter 1. There's so much good character banter. There feels like such good payoff in this book, and I can't talk about a lot of specifics because A, it's just confusing, and B, it's the third book in a series. But I'm buddy reading this with Kayla and Lena from Sufficiently Advanced Lena. I will have both their channels down below, but every chapter I'm leaving a clip in our buddy read because I'm like, oh my god, what just happened? Oh, I think this might be happening. Like, I'm thinking about so many possibilities, trying to interpret what's happening. And in this one, I think I really like the whole talking about this former hierarchical government rule was flawed. How do we transition to a better one is kind of a lot of the crux of this, but there's also just a lot of mystery. And like a character that has been very prevalent in the whole series is this character, General Jadao, who has this past of mass murdering his force, but he's never lost a battle. And just learning more about him in this book from many different angles has been great. Hi, Lila. There's a cat who's trying to show up. Lila. I don't know if you'll get to see her. She's very fussy. But I really like also that this is the first book where there have been these AI droid characters called servitors, and one of the main characters in this one is a servitor, and that's been really interesting and enhanced the world building. So yeah, been really fun. So definitely been making good progress on both of these. And I also have read a lot of fun stories in How Long Till Black Future Month, but like I've said in previous videos, that's getting its own vlog, so I won't talk about those stories here. And yeah, otherwise it's been a pretty chill, great reading week. I just really like everything I'm reading. I still need to find time to pick away at Memory Called Empire, but like, I'm just like so consumed by these two. Probably once I finish one of them, I'll get back to Memory, because although this is also a reread, this is one I'm also buddy reading with a bunch of people that Amber from Books with Amber put together. I'll have her channel also down below. But I will check in when I have more thoughts. Look at the cute one. He's so stuffy. All right. So hopefully this camera angle's okay. I just wanted to show you guys the cuteness. So it's the end of this vlog, and I'm wearing my Groot Christmas tree shirt because it's December 23rd when I'm filming this clip. And that means when you're seeing this, I'm posting it on Friday, which I know is a weird day for me to post my vlogs, and it's Christmas, so like I know everyone's busy, but in case I don't know, you needed a vlog on this Christmas because it's weird. I wanted to have my content up since I normally post on Fridays. So this is gonna be the end, and I let it go a little bit longer, which means I did finish some great books. And I also just wanted to mention that I think I'm gonna switch up how I do my reading updates. Like I still wanna do weekly reading updates, but like complete vlogging hasn't been like doing it for me for like a while now. So I think I might switch to like a Friday reads type of format where I talk about what I read during the week and what I'm gonna read over the weekend kind of thing. I feel like I like that format. I'm still playing around with it. I will know for sure when I do my channel goals video, which should be up either at the end of the year or the start of the next year. Just keep an eye out for that. But I'm still gonna post 3 times a week at least, as I've been doing, so still plenty of book content. Now into the books, because oh boy. I finished Revenant Gun yesterday at work, and I like couldn't take it. This book is 5 stars. Like a great ending to a book and a trilogy. I love all the characters. I love all their endings. I was explaining this to a coworker. This series is somehow both like all this confusing sci-fi military world building stuff, hysterically real characters with emotionally tense moments. It has all of this in this package, and I love it. And I love what Yoon Ha Lee does with relationships, both platonic and sexual. I love how unapologetically LGBTQ friendly this all is. You have a lot of polygamy, you have a lot of, I don't know, it's not even ever talked about. It's never called homosexuality or heterosexuality. It's just people are with who they want to be with. Transgenderism is here. It's really great in terms of that representation, but like in terms of a story, it's so unique. And if you've been curious about the Nine Fox Gambit series, The Machinery's Empire, I'm probably going to reread it either at the end of 2021 or start of 2022, and I'm going to host a read-along because I know this series is more fun with friends to help guide you through the confusion. But beneath the confusion is just the best people and the best payoff in this book. I felt so much payoff. I already have been thinking about my January TBR, and I threw a little of it out the window to read the short story collection with Kayla and Lena, because I finished this and I was like, I can't leave this world yet. I need to say hi to Jadao a few more times. It was so good. It was so good. And I know it's intimidating and I know it's not for everyone, but gosh darn it, was it the perfect trilogy for my weird brain. I also just finished my reread of Bear in the Nightingale. I like it so much more this time around. Like I loved it the first time around. Gave it 4 stars. I instantly bought it for my mom for Christmas. This is her copy. Lila, why are you yelling? My cat's yelling. But I bought it for Christmas for her, and oh gosh. Yes, Lila? Wanna come here? Come on. Okay, she's not gonna come on camera. She's very scared of cameras. But this story is so great. Like, as I was talking to my friends about the ending, it's like a great prologue to what is to come in the series, but it's also a wonderful standalone story in its own right. And it's thematically rich. There's all this, I mean, both of these books have huge discussions about agency and controlling regimes and institutions and fear and stuff like that. Like those are both in both of these books. And in here you see a lot of like gender norms being exacerbated and played around with. This is historical fantasy, so this isn't a different world. This is, I don't actually know what century, but it's historical Russia. And so you have kind of a pagan religion and you have Christianity, and they usually live in moderation with each other, and you have this priest coming to this town and kind of trying to convert them all strictly to Christianity, while you have Vasila, who has always kind of been the odd one out in the family. She's always been, I don't know, she's always been pushing the boundaries, and she has her family's gift of being able to see the more pagan side of magic, and it kind of goes from there. And she is a brilliant main character. Like I feel like the not like other girls trope can be like thrown around, but she's not like trying to not be like other girls. She's just trying to be herself in a world that's just like, you got to get married or be a nun. These are your 2 options. And she's like, but I want more. And I love it. And I know what's to come in my reread, and I cannot wait. So that's what I finished reading this week, in addition to other stuff I'm sure I talked about. I finally started the audiobook for Lonesome Dove. So I won't finish it by the end of the month, but that started. That audiobook is long. It's like 36 hours, but I've listened to like an hour of it, and I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a good way to read it. And for the end of the month though, I wanna finish A Memory Called Empire, which I'm still rereading. I just haven't gotten to it in a while, so I might pick it up tonight to get back into it, because things were picking up where I last left off. I want to reread Emperor's Soul. That's still something I want to do. And the new book that I want to finish before the year is out is Seven Devils for the Space Sirens Book Club. I don't know what this is about. Kayla said she liked it, so I'm excited. The cover looks kind of cool. It's part of a duology, and I think the next book's supposed to come out next year. So I like that it's not like this huge commitment. It's not that long, so I think I can finish those 3 by the end of the year. And the 2 I need to finish is Memory Called Empire and Seven Devils for the Reindeer Games readathon for Shelf Space, which I've been participating in as part of Team Grinch. I love Grinch. The animated Grinch special is my like favorite Christmas movie. So that's it for this vlog. Don't worry, it's not the last reading update we ever do, and I'm sure it's not the last vlog I ever do, but I do think doing weekly vlogs is not something I can like sustainably keep up, especially as things open up. But I hope that today, if you're watching this on Christmas and that's a holiday you celebrate, whether for religious reasons or just family reasons, and if it's like a more difficult day than normal, that watching me gush about books helped a little bit. Feel free to chat about anything you want in the comments, except spoilers for things, unless you mark them as spoilers. And otherwise, yeah, I just hope you have a great weekend, whatever you choose to do, and I hope you and your loved ones are all safe and sound. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.